Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna take
I'm
it.
I'm gonna start recording.
Oh, wow! I'm really, really glad that I had that bad take. Let me know when you're ready.
It's recording now.
All right. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 260. My name is Ben Bumhofer. It's Thursday night, which is really messing with my head. Yeah. But with me this week, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hello, Ben. It is Thursday,
Yeah,
and
I'm sorry.
that causes many problems, and it's all your fault.
It is. It is. Well, I don't know if it's technically my fault because a whole bunch of people in my team went on vacation and it left me to do a shakeout of some coding tomorrow night.
Great.
So because I work there, it's my fault?
Yeah, it's your
Okay.
fault.
Dang it. I hate it when
Confirmed. It's your fault. But hey, just because it's Thursday doesn't mean we're going to let that change us, except for energy levels and expectations of the following day.
Oh man, tomorrow's gonna be such a day.
Tomorrow is going to be one heck of a work day because I'm in Friday mode. So,
Oh, it's gonna be really hard because like my supervisor and two of my teammates are on vacation, so it's pretty much me tomorrow.
see, that would be nice because I feel like there would be little expectation on me, which is exactly what I intend to deliver tomorrow. Look, I am probably going to finish this show and go out and get food or possibly go shopping at the grocery store.
Oh, the grocery store.
I don't know why I said it that way, but realistically, I don't think I'm going to finish this and go, time for a reasonable person to go to bed. I think I'm going to be up for a while. And I don't know how that's going to translate to tomorrow, but
Well,
I
tomorrow
guess
is
we'll
another
find
day.
out. It is another day. Confirmed.
So technically, it just resets in the morning. So you'll just respawn in the morning and be fine.
Oh, if only it worked that way.
Well, speaking of resets, my raid team has started doing something really cool with Antorus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're like resetting and then killing the first boss and then taking the teleport to like the last section of bosses.
Hey,
We're skipping stuff.
look at you guys.
Yeah. And in fact, we did so well, John, that I have to boast, and I didn't mention it last week, but we beat Antorus.
Hey, is that the
Yeah.
last boss?
Argus is dead. That's the last boss.
Sweet. Good job. Well
wait,
done.
dead, or did he turn back good, or whatever? Doesn't matter. We got to see the cutscene and stuff.
That's awesome. Congratulations to you guys.
Well, thank
and
you.
gals. And everybody.
Yes, we are a group of individuals.
And all people.
yes. Congratulations to everybody.
Everybody wins. When you defeat the final boss of the raid, everybody wins.
Exactly. Because we just saved the world, right?
No.
Oh. Wait, what?
I think they make it very clear that thanks to your efforts, everything's going to shit. So there we go.
It's our fault.
We did it.
Oh, crap. Yeah. But no, I'm really proud of the team. We have been able to, and again, friends and family team, we're beating things on normal, going our own pace, and we enjoy it and have fun, so don't be elitist. But I gotta say that we are very proud that we've been able to beat all the different raid tiers before like the new ones come out, or before the nerf has happened and stuff like that. So I'm pretty stoked.
That's awesome. That's very good. I keep saying that I'm going to go through that raid at some point.
You should sometime. It's pretty neat. There's some really cool bosses and encounters and stuff.
I might do that. Maybe.
Like, dude, we killed Varimathras.
See, that was the only character in that entire raid that I was like, ooh.
He is a real pain sometimes, and he like actually is missing part of his wing, and he's blind, and like they beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. Didn't go well for him. He felt real good when he escaped. He's like, ah, ha, ha. Actually, I don't remember what he said when he got away, but
I think it was ah ha ha. I have escaped, you banshee queen.
so yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it's funny. Chad is mentioning the exact reason why I want to get into the raid. like, like now's the time to hitch my wagon to you guys, because that's some high eye level gear that I could use to defeat the mage tower, which is 100% what my goal in life is at the moment.
Yeah. Well, John, we do have a rogue that does raid with us. However, Morgrim hasn't been in as often with the newer bosses. So if he did get the drop, I don't know if he'd be able to pass it to you or not.
Well, I mean, I don't want to steal from people. I just want
Yeah.
to go in and use my bonus rolls and,
Well,
you know,
the good
do my
news
thing.
is that I'm also a leather wearer, so I can actually give your rogue gear that I don't need.
Hmm.
We have a lot of leather wearers because we've got a few druids. I'm the only monk. We got a rogue.
You're beginning to sell me on this idea.
Hunter.
Except for the night where I literally can't run with you guys, but
Well, no,
other than that.
Change. Of course,
yeah.
Now. So yeah, that doesn't help you at
I
all.
was gonna say we pushed it back, so it's it might actually be worse now than it was before. I don't remember how that works out, but
yeah, it's fine.
For me, we're recording at the same time. That's what I know.
Just show up on Sunday because we need to do Argus. And then we're probably going to go back and kill other stuff, maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Sundays are actually open right now, so that becomes a lot more doable.
Yeah. So something that I do have to say, though, is that I'm actually really enjoying like the story elements of the raid, which, I mean, it's a raid. There aren't a ton, but like some of the stuff that we've gone through with Crystal Magni's the one who turned to diamond or whatever, right? Yeah, so he's in there, he does some stuff, of course the end cutscene and everything. Like, story is really cool, and especially if you don't get any sort of context, you could be very surprised at the way some things can go.
Okay. That was subtle.
Yeah. Okay. I was actually opening the door just for you.
Oh, was that the transition that I just missed?
Totally.
Whoops.
This is what happens when we record on Thursday.
I'm like, oh, just where are you going with this, Ben? I don't even know. All right. Well, now it's not. Now it's not going to be a smooth transition.
Let's try this again. You know what? I really enjoy the story of this expansion, and I'm excited to see where it might end up.
Oh, you're right, Ben. I think we're all in that boat. Legion left quite a few plot threads dangling, and a lot of us are very interested to see what's going to happen. But I'm going to take a moment to just do a little PSA, and there's no need to worry about spoilers or anything like that. We're not getting into it, because I don't think there's anything constructive that I would have to offer to it at the moment. But I do think that there is something constructive to offer to this. Ben, one of my favorite books in World of Warcraft is Arthas. It's a retelling of basically the Warcraft story that got me into Warcraft. It focuses on one of my favorite story arcs, which is the Arthas storyline. I don't want to call him one of my favorite characters because he's a bad person, Ben.
He is one of your favorite villains.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good way to say it. And that was written by Christy Golden, who is now doing work as a writer for Blizzard. Yeah. And I just want to take a moment to say, leave Christy alone.
So what's going on? Because you kind of mentioned a little bit about this, and I've been a little busy, but I mean, just full disclosure, I'm a big fan of her writing.
Yeah, so she is a very public now figure within the Blizzard universe with her working there. People know her from her books. And she is very active on Twitter. And as a result, she's become a very easy target for anytime anybody's unhappy with the lore, let's tweet at Christy Golden. And I don't think that's fair.
No.
For one thing, her position there is not head of creative development for the World of Warcraft franchise. She's there to write for them and make the writing quality better when something needs to be written. That doesn't mean that she gets final say on the direction that the story goes or anything like that. So there's a lot of, spoilers coming out of the alpha, and I would say early spoilers. And a lot of people are upset. And I'm not going to get into whether they have a right to be or whether they should be or it's justified or whether I even agree with them or not. But I will say this, that regardless, your ire should not be aimed at her. For one thing, she can't comment on it. For another thing, she can't change it. And it's just focusing the wrong kind of attention on somebody. Like, she cares very much about the universe. I've interacted with her on Twitter a couple times. She's an extremely nice person.
Very.
And we do not need to go all gamer rage on her just because we're unhappy about stuff that's going on. So my PSA this week is, it's fine if you're unhappy about things, but don't aim that at the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's not Chris Metzen. She is not essentially the god of creation of storylines on this. She helps, she writes, and I mean, if she does create, cool, but she's not the end all be all, like you said.
Yeah. So we don't need to necessarily dwell on it much more than that, but yeah, we, as a community, sometimes will focus our anger in the wrong places. This is definitely the wrong place. Again, I'm not going to try to tell anybody that, hey, you shouldn't be upset, because odds are I might agree with you. But that doesn't mean let's take it out on Christie Golden.
Plus, the things that are being like data mined and everything like that, it's not like it's the first Spider-Man Homecoming trailer where you know the whole story.
Right.
Yeah. So, give it time, play through the game, then afterwards be upset at Blizzard as a whole. Well, maybe just the story develop. I don't know, whatever. Just give it a chance. That's all I ever say.
Right. At the end of the day, if you want to express your displeasure or how upset you are, you do that with your subscription. Like, bar none. Games are made by committee, and it's not worth it. Even if, I don't care if Christie Golden was saying, this was my idea, I did all of this. You still shouldn't go and start insulting Christie Golden the person because you don't like a thing that happened in a video game. Like, exactly. Show your displeasure a constructive and a good way by simply supporting things you like and not supporting things you don't. It's that easy.
But, John, if this story turns out to be the purchasable helms in the Blizzard store, would you support it?
Are you saying, would I buy a helm?
I don't know.
Wait, where's this going?
Basically, I'm reiterating, if you don't support it, don't pay for it.
Yeah. Which shouldn't be a controversial statement, but boy, people had an opinion on me saying I didn't want to buy a helmet. Which, by the way, they went on sale not too long ago, and I bought 2 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they were the price that you thought it was actually worth it.
No, it was still too expensive, but it was less too expensive. So I was like,
I got out my transmog game.
Look,
what the hell's going on?
My Death Knight really needs this. Really needs this.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. But, that also sends a message. If they look and say, we made these helmets, nobody bought them, and then they put them on sale and a ton of people buy them, that's a message you can send right there. So be constructive. Like, these are people that are passionate about the game.
It's like we talked about with Mark Conan last week. Just be good to everybody.
Yeah, be good to the people. You don't have to be good to the product.
Yeah, there you go. That works. I like that. That's actually a really good phrase.
Yeah, thank you.
Be good to the people. You don't have to do the product. I like it. Fun fact: I learned from the Arthas book that Invincible not the best name for that horse.
No, very not invincible.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good book though.
It
I
really is. I highly recommend that book to anybody who didn't play Warcraft 3 but knows it plays a significant role in World of Warcraft. It is a
Wrath of the Lich King.
yeah. I mean, well, it's a complete retelling of the Arthas part of Warcraft 3. So
Yeah.
you
And
won't
it's
get the
done
full
really
story.
well.
Yeah.
Well,
But you will get the context of his journey at least.
yeah. But no, I love a lot of her work and everything. And this isn't gonna turn into just a Christy Golden gush session, but like, the books that I've read that she's written, I've just absolutely loved it. So I'm excited to see her role in the story going forward, to see how it goes.
Yeah. I will say one more thing on Christy Golden while we're talking about it. I want to say about 3 weeks ago or so, I followed Kindy's father around as he lit all the lanterns in Dalaran.
Just great.
It's really cool. It's a really nice touch. It
Yeah.
also is at a really weird time on our server, but
Oh, really? What time is it?
I think it's like midnight.
Oh,
I
that is. I mean, we're an East Coast server. That does not seem right.
maybe it's midnight server time.
That would make more sense.
It seemed too late. It seemed like, dude, lamps should be on. is how I felt. But
Yeah, no, that is one of the coolest things. And every single lamp, he stops by and does it. And it's such a great touch from, like the tiniest little thing. And look, if people are walking around and not really paying attention and stuff, and they just see a gnome lighting lamps, okay, cool. Why is there a gnome up there? Like, like on top of the lamp? Whatever.
yeah,
Like knowing where it's from, I wouldn't say that's even an Easter egg. That's just a subtle touch.
mm-hmm.
Just like, so totally sidetracking myself here, kind of. During the Trial of Style, where you go to the dude in the enchanting shop in Dalaran and everything. One of my favorite little touches in that shop is that if you look at the cracks between like the floorboards and stuff, it's essentially like all this arcane dust and everything from like just disenchanting and all that stuff. It's like this rainbow colored floor and everything. It is just really cool. And I like it. It's like, oh, they just don't clean up a whole lot here.
No, I need to look at that. I haven't noticed that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know what I did notice?
What?
So the other day I logged in and I didn't remember what I had been doing previously. And I was like, I got in and I was like, oh, this transmog, gotta go. Gotta fix this. This looks bad. And so I ran over to the enchanting shop and the transmogrifier wasn't there. And I'm waiting for him to load in because I literally just jumped into Dalaran. And I'm like staring at it and I knew something was weird, but I was just like sitting there waiting for him. And I was like, all right, something's up. Dalaran's taking forever to load. Screw it. I'll just go and check out my order hall and see what's going on. So I go running into the order hall entryway for rogues, and I go up to the shopkeep and I right click him to talk to him to give him, the secret nod.
Yeah.
And he just opens a like selling window. And I was like, why can't I talk to him? What's going on? The whole Dalaran is broken. And I'm running around and I'm like, it doesn't even look right. Something's wrong. And then I realized I was in Northrend, and this was Northrend Dalaran, and it is not the correct instance of it at all. So...
Oh yeah, that's slightly different there.
So I used my Dalaran Hearthstone in Dalaran to teleport to Dalaran so that I could do Dalaran things.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny.
I felt really smart in that particular moment. I think I was running Icecrown or something like that, and
That makes sense.
just logged out, and all right, here we are.
Yeah, I gotta tell you though, it's really weird, like going back to Dalaran as I'm leveling my Nightborn and just being on like, okay, there's a big statue in the center, not a big giant building. What's going on here? With just slight different changes. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I do want to mention, you mentioned Trial of Style as well. And, look, everybody knows how into transmog I am on the show. It's not going to surprise anybody. But can I just tell you how happy I was that they added new stuff to unlock?
Yes.
Like, I was ready to just enjoy my free transmog for however long this lasted. And I was like, all right, that's fine. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, there's new rewards in here. I have to go through this all over again. And it was fantastic. But
Yeah.
another PSA, all you people voting need to get better at voting. Because I got faction pride. And I was literally the only person wearing anything faction related at all. And I didn't even get third.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I was like at this point where I was just like, this game's broken. I uninstall. Wow, this is not right. There was one other person who you could have made an argument that they were considering their faction being a Death Knight, because they went all like full Death Knight, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Maybe they don't affiliate with the Alliance or the Horde. But everybody else was like, oops, I didn't know what to do. And like, I'm wearing no pants. And they all got voted higher.
No pants wins because it's no pants. Oh, that's a bummer.
I was a little angry. But I mean, it's fine. At the end of the day, I had more good experiences than bad. I'm just saying that any of you who are not voting honestly, you're part of the problem.
Yeah. So, okay, so Big Air in the chat room said people just group up and vote each other. Yeah, that does happen, but still.
It's not in the spirit.
Nobody knows who you vote for, so vote for the one that you actually think is the best.
I grouped with you for some of it, didn't I, Ben? At least one round?
I don't know if not this time.
Because I saw in my, like, the little auto join queue thing, I saw Ben has queued for the Trial of Style, and I was like, oh, I'll join that group, and I clicked the thing, but I think you were on an alt, maybe, and I was on an alt.
Oh, well, maybe we didn't even know that we were doing it together then.
Yeah, and so I was in there. There were other people from the guild in there.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah, I know when that was. I was with guild, like I was actually grouped up with guild people.
I'm trying to remember what I did that round. I was on a character that had no options, so I kept trying to cheat it with item usage. And I think there was one where I froze myself in amber. There was one where I made myself super tiny. And
that definitely wasn't me then.
I don't remember if I did any of that with yours. But anyway, point is, I still voted my heart. At no point did I go, I need to vote for Ben. Yeah. I just was still like, all right, show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I mean, there was one where I totally had to do this. I think I forget exactly what the thing was, but it had to do with fire or whatever. I happened to be on my fire mage. I'm like, oh, I got this in the bag. So I fired myself up a little bit more. And then I spent the 100 tokens or whatever to get like the extra fire thing.
Uh-huh.
And since it was the first day, no one knew about that. So I go up there and just fire everywhere. And I look evil and awesome and stuff. And they're like, oh, won first place that time.
Okay, I was going to say, if you didn't win first place, that's a problem. That's how I felt with my faction one, where I was just like, I did it all. I did everything. I should have gotten this. But I think my favorite, the one first place that I got that I really enjoyed was, it was something like, I don't remember exactly what they call it, but it's like cold weather or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody picked like frozen effects and icy and death knight and blues and all of that, and I went the opposite. I went with like what my character would be wearing if it was cold outside. So my character's all bundled up and it's got like the wolf head on top of their head, and I've got like fire effects on my weapons, so it just looks like I'm walking around with like fiery sticks and stuff. And I got up there and like it was as I was watching it, I was just like, oh, I misread this topic so much because it was like icy person versus icy person, more icy people, more icy people. Then I pop up there and I'm like bright red compared to everybody else. And I was just like, I may have misunderstood the prompt, and I ended up winning first place.
I went the same way that you did when that same one came up for me. And I'm like, okay, I was on gosh, I think I was on either my shaman or my monk. I forget which. But I found I had like a set of robes or something that looked like they were just so warm and comfy. I'm like, okay, cool. And had like, the best sort of, like fuzzy slippers and hat and everything and stuff. I did the same exact thing. It's like, oh, it's cold weather. Okay, well, obviously I'm gonna be cold. Or like the summer one. I was on point with my summer one. It was I was on my mage. It was like just a set of robes that were, like not super skimpy, but like, okay, oh no, wait, no, that was a different thing.
Robes you'd wear to the beach.
What it was I had the like the white, not the pirate shirt, but kind of like the tank toppy ish, but with the long sleeves, and then like just kind of short type stuff, then sunglasses on, and like it was total like flower child hippie girl going to the beach or something, and it was perfect, and no one voted for me. At least that's what it seemed like. I wasn't even up on stage at the end of that. I'm like, come on. And everybody else was doing just like random stuff that had nothing to do with the theme. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, don't ruin the Trial of Style, people. It's the best holiday we have. Don't ruin it.
Very true. Although this time I actually totally came prepared. I went to the auction house, bought a wand, bought a staff, like had, just a shirt. I had everything available so I could just transmog whatever. And I was so just into it this time for the short amount of time I got to play it. And it's still a ton of fun. Like, if I don't win, I don't win, but I still have a lot of fun. Like when I was up there, I had people like clapping for me and stuff and then didn't win.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's all in good spirits, in good fun. I think the fact that they added to it this year probably says something about how much participation they get in this holiday. Because usually they just do them and it's like, well, it's the same thing as last year. There you go. This got updates. They patched it. Like there was new stuff in there. You could buy a shirt and a tabard while you were in there. There were new themes. Like
is the shirt and the tabard.
They went crazy with it, and I was like, sweet. And so I'm 100% on board with this continuing to be. I wish it happened more often, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. A big part of that is because I want free transmog.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad thing to hope for.
It's super nice when it's free.
Well, I think I mentioned it before, but you know that the Void Elves get like half off of transmog, right?
Yeah, but I don't play a Void Elf
yet.
I have a Void Elf.
Yeah, so do I. But I will say, sorry, my mind's jumping all over the place with racials and everything. I'm like, the Nightborn, hey, I can get my mail anywhere is nice. And then I just realized, I just got myself a toy that lets me have my mail anywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Lost Mail quest. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that's not that special anymore. Oh, well.
Nope, it's gone. It's not useful. Nothing's useful anymore. We've got there's a dumb toy for everything at this point.
Yeah. Except for artifact powers and stuff. So here's the thing. The Q&A with Ian happened today. I know you said that you didn't get a chance to really look too much into it. I didn't either. It was, again, a very busy day at work. But John...
I mean, I read through the highlights. So
yeah, on MMO Champion, right?
On Wowhead. But
I went on MMO Champion. I wonder if we're going to find different things.
I have betrayed MMO Champion. Like, not that we need to get all factionalist about our WoW information websites, but I just want to say that Wowhead is totally eating MMO Champion's lunch right now.
Okay. I just wish that their advertising wasn't as horrible as it is. But hey, that's what ad blockers are for.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have ad blocker on my computer, so it's not as bad. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But no, so the big thing, speaking of artifact weapons, is that when 8.0 launches, all the different traits and everything disabled, gone.
Yep.
I am really bummed about that because so much of that has turned into like what my class should do. Now, granted, when 8.0 actually does happen, we are going to get hopefully some of those talents like, into our actual class and everything.
Yeah, I hope so too. It's tricky, man. They do so much stuff with this game, and it's so hard to determine what's going to be good and what's going to not be good. But I have very serious concerns about how I'm going to feel about my character going into the new expansion. It's similar to how I felt, honestly, going out of Pandaria. I got that legendary cloak, and it let me do this crazy AoE cleave that I got very used to being able to do while I was fighting and having it proc. And I thought, how am I going to play this game with that not a part of my kit anymore? And the truth is that I managed, and it was fine, and it ultimately was okay, and I was probably worried about it for not a big reason, but I would say it was also noticeable to some degree. But boy, we put a lot of strength in those artifact weapons, and to have them disappear, it's gonna feel weird, and I hope that they find a quick way, not a, well, you just gotta level 10 times way, for that to ultimately pay off and feel good.
Yeah, and the big thing is like as a healer, I've come to really rely on some of that stuff. Like I have an ability where like I drink tea and then it gives me like an insta cast on some of my spells and things like that. Well, with my artifact weapon, I hit that and then also I get a conal like heal in front of me. I'm very used to having that. Which is why if you're on my raid team and you see me kind of standing to the back of the entire pack, it's so that I can just blanket everybody in some Healy juice like for a second or two while I'm throwing other heals out there.
Yeah.
Also, like when I do revival, like I know I've said before on the show about how like a giant UL dragon appears and everything, and everybody gets like a big chunk of heal back and stuff. Well, with my artifact power, they also get a hot on them as well. So that's really kind of handy and needed. It's certain things like that I hope that we're able to kind of carry forward and everything.
Yeah, it's been tricky because another thing that they have tended to do recently is they give you this temporary way to kind of buff you through leveling artifacts or whatever the system may ultimately be. And then you go into the next expansion and you kind of unlock that stuff as you're leveling up in the next expansion, is sometimes the way it happens, whether that was through our artifact weapons in this case, or, whatever the means may be. And I am strongly in the camp against unlocking stuff you've already had as a, like, hey, progression. I don't think progression should ever feel like you're re-obtaining something or that you've regressed. Like, it should always be a step forward. And I understand that that's also a very hard thing to do. Like, I mean, look at what level we're getting up to at this point.
Exactly.
So I do get that they're in a tough spot. They can't just constantly give us new abilities and stuff like that. But at the same time, it just feels bad if you unlock something you already had.
Yeah, I mean, we need to totally go Dragon Ball about this. It's like, oh, well, I've gotten to Super Saiyan God level. My body just knows how to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it'll be great if I could just summon a dragon every time I hit revival. It should just happen. I shouldn't need a something else to do that because I've become one with my chi or something.
Well, then again, I'll just make the statement. We should have stopped leveling at 100.
I know. Well, hey, there's going to be a stat squish coming. Maybe they'll have a level squish at some point.
I just feel like they had a point. They had a really good round number opportunity to say, let's rethink how player power and progression works. And now we've skipped over it. And I don't know. Now I feel like we have to get to at least 150 before we can do it again.
Well, you know what? Let's look at it this way. The way that they're changing leveling, it's to the point where it's almost like, oh, you can just level wherever. Maybe they're just going to get rid of levels, and then you just go and play wherever. It's more of a sandbox that way.
Hey, if they want to make it more of a sandbox, I'm all about it. I've enjoyed the open leveling as somebody who's going through and playing alts right now. I am not loving warlocks. Sorry, warlocks.
Well, I could have told you not to roll one.
I mean, I got to. It's what I have. It's a class I have not played a lot of, but I am not finding the fun in it. I may just be not a ranged class person. Like, that could be it. Because, I mean, I haven't really made a ton of mages. Like, I think of ranged characters. I was trying to do elemental on my shaman and very quickly was like, yeah, but what if I did enhancement instead?
What if I smack him in the face with a hammer instead?
Right. So it's it could just be that that's not a role and it's not really warlock's fault.
What about hunters?
I haven't really gotten that into hunters. Like, probably the most time I spent on hunters beyond like early level stuff, where it doesn't matter because you're just like, attack that, it's dead. Attack that, it's dead. Was I actually in Legion playing the melee version of the hunter? I was like, this feels all right.
I never actually ended up doing that.
It felt fine to me because I was like, I'm in there. The only part I didn't like was that I had the stupid pet with me. I was like, go away.
Yeah, okay, so question for you, and I don't remember if we've talked about this before or not, but you have to have a pet, okay? So you just have to. What would your ideal type of pet be? Like, skin wise, would it make you something more interesting? If it 100% never got in your way, like that's not an issue. Like, what would be the thing that you would want by your side the whole time?
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I understand this. Are we talking in real life or in WoW?
In WoW.
Okay.
Well, okay. Let's back it up a little bit more. You're doing some sort of role-playing experience. Game role-playing game experience.
Okay.
And
go on.
You have a sidekick companion that is some sort of animal. It never gets in your way. It's nothing like in WoW where, you just get frustrated and annoyed by things. It's pretty much kind of always going to do the right thing at the right time.
I'm tempted to say wolf because I like wolves a lot. I'm definitely on Team Wolf.
Teen Wolf?
No, Team with an M.
Michael J. Fox?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
But I'm worried that I would become useless the first time something attacked it. And I'd just be like, no!
My puppy!
Exactly. Like, I'd be like, our adventuring days are over. We're going to just spend the rest of our days just taking care of us. We're not doing any adventuring.
Pandaria, let's go there.
Yeah, exactly. We're farmers now. You and me, Wolf. To be fair, I'd be that way against like with most animals. Like, I wouldn't want to see an animal get hurt in general, but I'm just saying that, like, wolves seem badass and like, oh yeah, we could fight together and all that, and then I picture the first thing.
It's just the
yeah, I'd be heartbroken. I'd be like, you bastards.
Or would that fuel your rage and then you'd be a better like character and be able to kill stuff easier?
It'd fuel my rage, but then as soon as we were out, I'd be like, I'm sorry, we'll never do it again.
Then it licks your face.
So, I also think like a cool like Raven familiar would be great. Like, they're super smart. They could send like cool messages.
They remember enemies.
Yeah, they could fly away if things get tricky, and
just leaving you behind.
Yeah, but that's fine. I want them to be okay. Like, they could distract. They could do the thing because ravens actually mess with animals. Like, they'll go down and pretend to be hurt, and when an animal goes after it, they fly up in the air, and like they have a sense of humor, and so they can they can do that. So I don't know, a T-Rex, because then it's like, all right, well, nothing's gonna mess with it, I guess.
Well, let's put it this way: no, but then that just limits it too much. Okay, T-Rex is cool. It's like, hey, buddy, how's it going?
Like, because then you have to go up against something pretty substantial to be like, no, my T-Rex.
Another T-Rex.
We just wouldn't hang out with those kinds of people.
Just you wouldn't go to Sholazar.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a significant problem. Like, that's a weakness for me. Like, I guess I would be very, like, I can't have you here because I can't worry about you. Like, that's why I can't be a hunter.
You know what? I think that we've done a good thing here. We figured out why you can't be a hunter. Do you feel the same way as a warlock? Like, do you care about your demons at all?
No, shit, no.
They just suck, right?
Like, sometimes I forget to summon them, and I'm like, why am I taking so much damage? Oh, because they're not hitting the minion I didn't summon. Hold on. Let me get out Pipmere. That's what my little guy is called. Pipmere.
Mine, I think it's Pipep.
Okay.
So apparently they're part of the same family, because as everybody knows, imp surnames are actually the first part of their name.
Of the Pip family.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have noticed that the warlock minions get in the way a lot less. Like, I'm way more okay with warlock pets than any of the other pets that I've run into in the game. Like, that imp, he looks shitty, but like, he's never in the way.
Like, he just stands to the side and shoots fireballs, and that's it.
He did accidentally aggro something in a dungeon because I'm not used to having a pet, and I'm not used to if we're going to take a dumb shortcut, I need to dismiss my pet school of thought. Yeah. So we jumped off a landing to skip a bunch of trash, and I hit, and I was like, where's my imp?
Oh. That's when before he gets there, you dismiss him and hope and pray.
So I was like, oh, I'm learning all the lessons that other caster pet classes have known since vanilla. What's it called? It's from vanilla. There's a bunch of wings of it.
Wailing Caverns?
No, it's a late game one.
Is it what, Ubers or Lobers? I don't know how to say that.
Ubers, Lobers. No, it's one of the Dire Maul.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the wings of
Dire Maul. Oh god, Dire Maul, that place is so big.
That place is rough. That was not the most fun dungeon run I've ever had in my life. Even divided into small sectional wings, it was not the most fun thing that I've ever done.
Yeah. So T-Rex, huh?
I guess a T-Rex. Hard to mess with a T-Rex.
Hunter's gonna have T-Rexes as a pet, but that thing gets in your way all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why we had the limitation of it won't get in your way. Somehow the T-Rex knows. It's just like, yeah, I go into town and I'm just like, I'm in town, and it's just like, okay, and then off it goes.
It goes and plays and frolics in the grass.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. My biggest issue is that I feel like my hunter pet is always in my way. I feel like they've been programmed to stand exactly where my screen, my camera is. So,
yeah. Well, you know what's really fun though? In Raid, if you ever want to know where the actual behind of the boss is, look for the hunter pets. They just automatically go right there. You turn the boss, guess what? Hunter pets, whoop, go around with it. Boss runs somewhere, they run after it, right to the butt.
Are you telling a rogue how to find the back of a boss?
No, this is for other people who
okay. I was going to say, look, we rogues are butt biters. We can find the butt of anything.
Oh. That sounded really weird.
Guess what part of a peach we eat first?
I think I need to sound cap that and save that.
Great.
Yep. I know where I'm sending that one. Anyway. So okay. Take away a hunter pet and everything like that. What would be your like weapon of choice in some sort of like RPG-ish kind of thing? Like, are you still going rogue? Like, is that one of the reasons why you really just enjoy the class so much?
I think so. I mean, I guess like this starts to get into a weird like if you're gonna go down the road of what would you have in real life sort of thing, like it starts to become like, well, I can't actually cast magic, but if we're gonna make the assumption that I can, like now it kind of becomes like okay, which superhero would you like to be, right? Like
Yeah, I
at
guess
the end of the day, we all like other superheroes, but if you're offered powers, you take Superman's, right? Like um so but I don't know. I think like if I could just be given a skill set, I think Rogue is a pretty strong contender. Like they can do some pretty awesome things.
yeah.
Um
Well, I mean, you can pick locks. You can open boxes for people, take the gold out, and then give them the items inside.
yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I know you're really good at that.
Stealth in general would be great.
Hmm.
Which I think I might already have, given how often I'm the guy in like my office who's like somebody's doing something and they back up and turn around and I'm like right there. I
Yeah.
try to be loud, but apparently I'm just by default silent. So I've started like announcing places that I go because it's hard. Apparently I'm just naturally sneaky.
I'm in the same boat with you on that. The same thing happens with me at work. I mean, there are a couple of people that I do it on purpose to, just because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But like when Nevermore and I started living together and everything, I actually put a bell app on my phone to every now and then, just kind of as a joke, to ring it as I'm walking, because I would scare the crap out of her all the time. It doesn't happen as much anymore. I think it's because we have a slightly smaller place, but it can still happen.
Yeah.
But no, I don't use the bell anymore.
Good. You don't have the shame bell everywhere you go.
Yeah. Well, although if like she gets up before me and it's like a Saturday or something, I get up and I can still kind of scare her every now and then. I never try to though. I try to be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What about you? I'm gonna keep giving this thought to see if there's another kit that I would enjoy a lot more. But I think Rogue for me is actually pretty perfect.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, and it's not that like you're going into the whole like I'm being an evil like sketchy kind of person. It's the kit itself that's appealing, right?
Right. Like I think it would be
sure.
Yeah, I'm not like, sweet, finally I've got rogue powers. Now I'm gonna go stab everybody that I see. I mean, you might accidentally pick a pocket or two.
Yeah.
Cue the song from Oliver, I guess. But like it's that might happen inadvertently, but generally speaking, I'm not gonna be like, sweet, I'm good at murder now, and then running around and doing that. But it would be very cool to be able to know, like, hey, I can get from there to there and nobody'll see me.
Oh, plus of course you'd have a cool grappling hook.
Sweet grappling hook.
Mm-hmm.
I could, basically teleport behind people. I'm trying to think what else my rogue could do. If I'm feeling down, I just drink a blood vial. I don't remember what it says. It's called Crimson Vial, I think.
You just put poison on things for the fun of it.
I mean, they're very athletic.
Yeah. They can run. They can sprint pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a superpower to me right now. So I'm like, running? What? So there we go.
Oh, shin splints. Oh, no. Gosh. So kit wise and everything. Okay. It'd be super easy if this was Skyrim, because it'd be stealth archer, because that's just what you play with a little bit of Healy magic. But for WoW stuff. Yeah. I like the idea of like a hunter kit. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, totally with the pet, if you ask me, because I like animals. I've always been interested in being able to like shoot a bow correctly and stuff. And for a little while, I actually did do archery. I wasn't the best, or well, okay, let's put it this way: I wasn't the worst.
Have you ever done archery in your apartment? Because I've done archery in my apartment.
Your apartment.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think I fired once or twice.
Did you hit anything of value?
No, I did. I hit the target.
Good. I hit the wall a couple times. I hit the end table a couple times.
John, you need to get better at archery.
I have a little Batarang bottle opener, and I saw it the other day, and I was like,
oh, please.
I was like, I wonder if I threw this, if it would stick in the wall. And I was like this close to doing it. And I was like, what am I doing? Why am I considering this? And I realized it's because there was a time in my life where I did archery inside the house, and I have a blatant disregard for the sanctity of the apartment walls.
I kind of want to try that now. You know what? I bet you can stick it into the ceiling.
Probably. I probably shouldn't try it.
I just realized we don't have popcorn ceiling. Well, that's cool.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in a nice place.
Oh.
Yeah, who'd have thought? But no, anyways, no, archery is really cool. I like the idea of having, you know, a wolf or some sort of other, you know, big animal next to you and stuff. I think that's neat. But I like magic too much, I think. Like, and I was thinking about it, and okay, so let's say I was a mage. Okay, I'm very destructive with my magic. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I want to do something different. So I thought, what about like a priest? I'm like, no, I don't really like the religion aspect of being a priest. So not the way to go. And John, you know what that pretty much leaves? Druid magic.
Hey, you can shape change. You could be the wolf. Well, no, you can't. Actually, shaman might be my answer.
You know, shaman might work because, yeah, you get to be the wolf. You can shoot lightning, and that's always really cool. You can shoot fire, which is
basically the Avatar.
That's true, you are. Okay, yeah, let's both be shaman.
Shaman is the answer.
Okay, all right. Would you be in my spirit wolf pack, John?
Yeah, but don't make it weird.
What? I wouldn't make it weird.
You're already making it weird.
No.
It feels weird. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be my own. I'm Lone Wolf McQuaid over here. I'm not joining your wolf pack.
I need to make a shaman named McQuaid.
This would be a good name for him. It's no Thrundar, but it's pretty good.
I know, Thrundar is pretty good. I almost stole that from you when you dropped it.
It might be available. I don't know.
That's a good one, though.
Thrundar the shaman.
It's Thrundar.
I need to decide what to make my upright orc, so...
Brig.
Brig! Bring Brig back.
How cool are the upright orcs?
They're amazingly cool. They're kind of all I want to play right now. They look like the friggin' Hulk from Avengers. They're amazing.
Oh, I know. They look so good. And they're like so proud too. Just standing up, just like, hey, look at me. I can stand up now.
I went to a chiropractor.
It's pretty great.
Chiropractor is a pretty good name for a frost mage orc.
That's pretty good.
I guess it would be It would be cryopractor.
Still pretty good. I'm still happy with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, you know, I really wish that they would make the trolls stand up. I might actually like them a little better, assuming they definitely, you know, have shoes on.
They are for the Zandalari, but they don't get shoes.
Yeah, I know, and I still have an issue with the back toe. But I don't know. I just why do all the horde races have to hunch over? Oh, it's because of the weight of oppression of the alliance.
Good. Well played.
Thank you. But anyways, John, I think that's pretty good. I mean, unless you want to try to delve into something else like the really awesome Colteran bear form.
I mean, it might be worth mentioning that, hey, it looks like Colterans are getting a bear form, or a druid, I should say. They're going to get to be druids. There's a bear form.
No, all
It's
Colterans can turn into bear.
the coolest. Anybody on the Horde who's been like, Zandalari druid, I can't wait, Zandalari druid, and they've been watching their freaking, like, reject Jurassic Park dinosaurs get pooped out, are now looking over at the Colteran bear form going, why? Why can't that be me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, seriously, you know how Jurassic World proposed the idea that, like, hey, we made dinosaurs look the way that people want them to look?
Yes.
Like, Zandalari trolled druid forms look like we're not quite there yet.
No, you know how let's see, at the end of Jurassic World, how it's like, oh yeah, no, here's all these other things that I can throw together and randomly make because I'm a geneticist.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what some of those are, but the failed ones.
Yeah, it's bad. It's rough.
Yeah. Not so good. Not so good. I mean, look, nothing against trolls or Zandalari trolls or anything, but when someone tells me, yay, I get to be a dinosaur for all my different forms and stuff, I just pictured something different.
Yeah, I pictured actual dinosaurs, not like reject turtles and fuzzy pants bird things.
Yeah, something like that.
But anyway,
Things.
I think we should probably call that a show, especially because I'm starting to drop frames for some reason. So
Yeah, I kind of noticed that on the thing. That's weird.
I don't know what's causing it. So
I don't know.
I'm just watching it happen. It's still not a lot.
Volparen druids. Oh, so it's just really quick. So, on the allied races thing on the Q&A, they said that they're going to release them in pairs. I really hope that they just give us both Volpera. That's going to be my rally cry for the next, I don't know, few months.
Would it make you feel better if I told you why I think Volpera will be Horde?
Sure.
So Volpera are native to the Horde portion of the landmass.
Yep, that's all I need to say right there. Boom. Unless we attack them, then...
So, yeah, unless the storyline for that zone is us being aggressive towards them, to me, that makes it seem like they would be our allies. The only time they appear in Kul Tiras is apparently they do serve as a crew on some of the pirate ships there. But it sounds like they're antagonistic towards adventurers on that side. So...
Oh, I hope so.
So there you go.
Yeah. And with that, John, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I know we kind of, went off script and went in a little interesting way of places, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people want to hear you having a good time other places, whatever, I'm just going to roll with it. Where can people find you?
Oh, well, Ben, I actually have to find my notes on this here. So this week, while I look for that, Ben, why don't you tell people where they can find you this week?
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah, why don't you go first on this one?
It's different. Okay. Well, let me put it this way. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter. I am @BenTheMage. Now, I do another show about World of Warcraft called Battle Pets, and that's with Eludra. And, we put that out about every other week or so. In theory, we're recording this weekend. Again, very busy weekend for me, so hopefully. Something's happening on Saturday, John, that I'm really excited about.
Oh, that's the day. What's going on there?
Well, I don't know. Well, why don't you tell people what you usually do on the weekends?
Oh, well, I mean, Saturday's the day that I record There Will Be Dungeons. It's just a fantastically fun 5th edition D&D podcast that's part of the Frog Pants Network.
I'm a fan of that show. It's pretty good.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, what's that?
I'm going to be joining you on that for the next 2 weeks.
What? I knew.
I know. Yeah, so tune in on Saturday, guys. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, Ben and I are going to be there doing some D&D.
Yeah.
For the next 2 weeks. Ben's joining us. So there will be dungeons.com, twitch.tv/frogpants if you want to join us live at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep. And John, that means 2 p.m. for you going forward.
I know I will be there on time. I assure you.
Making sure. But where else can people find you?
If you want to hear more from me, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger, or you can catch me talking about Heroes of the Storm Encore, which is the Heroes of the Storm show I do, also part of the Frog Pants Network. More information about that can be found at heroesforyou.com.
Yep. This show, however, Azeroth Roundtable, you can find us on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. All of our episodes are found on AzerothRoundtable.com. If you're listening to this episode and you're like, the last episode had no sound, that's been fixed. So re-download it. I mean, if you want to hear the episode, I like it. We had fun talking to Mark Conan.
We did.
But other than that, if you have any questions, comments, want to tell us what your class or chosen skill set or whatever would be, you can always send those emails to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And of course, check us out on iTunes, TuneIn, AzerothRoundtable.com, Stitcher, pretty much everywhere that podcasts are found.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go, that leaves us with just one more thing to do, and that is to go ahead and thank our patrons who support us over at patreon.com/AzerothRT. We have had some pledge changes and shiftings. I'm going to just go that it all involves the Murloc Club, so I'm going to just thank the Murloc Club today rather than be redundant. So we actually, I think we've officially hit a new tier. So that means Ben and I need to get busy figuring out how we're going to hit our commitments for said things.
This week, not a good week for it.
Yep. But we will figure that out. We'll put our heads together and we'll come up with some good stuff. I am now, I swear I'm not bragging, I'm just saying it for the purposes of this, in the alpha, so maybe I'll do some streams or videos associated with that. Maybe that could be some fun bonus content stuff we do. But anyway, a big thank you to the Murloc Club.
We are actually $2 away
of
our next tier.
Okay, so we have time.
Yes, we do have time.
Great. So a big thank you to Avarik W, Frasley S, Kryn, Haster, Mimi H, Annalicia A, Aaron, and Simon. Thank you so much for being part of the Murloc Club. The Dying Murloc Club.
There we go. With that being said, I screwed that one up, but whatever. John, again, thank you very much for joining me this Thursday and for being flexible enough to actually record today as opposed to tomorrow night. My work appreciates it as well because I can actually be there. And with that being said, chat room, you guys are great as always. And everybody, thanks for listening and be good to each other.
Yeah.
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 And that's a podcast episode.
We did it.
Yay, we are the champions, my friend. Dun, 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 dun. No one is singing with Ben.
I don't know why we're having such a bad connection with the stream. Yeah, and like my video quality, I don't think it's my internet because it like my stream quality is actually playing really well when it's not running into, like issues that seem to be the stream. I could do a speed test.
Speed
test.
Oh, yeah, we actually kind of probably do have an anniversary episode coming. What is it, Wicked Kitten? What's your speed test say, John?
It's running right now. I mean, so far, download is 159, so that's good. But I mean, that doesn't matter because upload is what would be impacting this.
Yeah.
No, upload is
Yeah, just
around
that.
6 or 7, so that's pretty high for upload.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
consistent.
weird.
So I think it's Twitch. I mean, yesterday we were playing Heroes and we blamed Scott, and who we should have been blaming was Ninja and Drake. But I don't think they're playing tonight, so I don't think we need to blame Ninja and Drake.
Okay.
It could just be the server. I could probably change it, but the show's over, so no.
Yeah, but that's a bummer. Like it's dipping a little bit more now too.
I mean, overall, we had 1.4% dropped frames, which is not much. That's
Oh my God.
That's pretty small. So,
man.
I
1.4.
I think we're okay. But, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, it's all awful. The internet's broken.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know call-in show for anniversary.
Yeah, which one's our anniversary episode?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. Is there a round table?
It would be multiples
It's sometime in March. I know that. Well, I'm just going back and finding the actual.
Oh, you're not gonna do the like 52 because we've done one every week.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Okay.
I
mean, I think we'd only have to do it like 3 or 4 times.
March 31st is okay. Episode 0 doesn't count, so March 31st actually. So that would be the 30th.
Our episode on the 30th? Yeah, we can do a call-in show on the 30th.
Yeah, I think so. Only if you call in, though. If you don't call in, then we can have a call-in show.
Yeah, well, then we will not do call-ins. Maybe that's when we can switch to Discord full-time.
Okay.
I'm getting to the point where now I have to use Discord for so much stuff that I am actually like, maybe it's time to get rid of Skype altogether.
Are you, or how's the recording working? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, I have noticed Skype seems to be better at adapting if there are problems. Discord, if there are problems, it's kind of like, I don't know, we'll make you sound like a robot, I guess. But when it's working fine, the audio quality is better than Skype. And probably my favorite thing is if multiple people talk at the same time, it doesn't do the quieting or cutting people off.
Skype does that?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that. Well, it did forever ago when I first had or before I started using the setup that I have now. But that's just because it was the virtual audio cables.
Like if I start talking while you're talking, it cuts all audio from you. I can't hear you at all.
Oh, really? Well, I'm going to start talking and blah, blah, blah.
You become very quiet to me. Yeah, I just hear like...
I don't hear anything different from you at all.
That's all I hear, so...
Maybe it's just a feature that you have in Skype. Because seriously, I don't hear anything else, any different from you.
So, we'll figure it out. We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be a test run. Normally when we do Discord, we don't do video, but everybody has video on Discord now, so we can. Although actually, if we're doing call-ins, that won't work. So
yeah, it's gonna shift everything around. But the thing is I've never actually done a podcast like with video and stuff through Discord, but I'm gonna be doing that on Saturday.
Yep. That's right, because that's how we do that. This is how we do it. Also, Draven Dresden, I saw your comment, Volpera will more likely be Alliance as they use goblin skeletons. And that is what I said to originally discourage Ben. But I want to also point out, High Mountain Tauren used Tauren skeletons. Lightforged Draenei used Draenei skeletons. Kultiran humans use human skeletons. The Magar, or however you say it, orcs use orc skeletons. My point being, I get where you're coming from with the whole Night Elf, Blood Elf thing, but it's not 100%. In fact, dwarves and trolls are another example. So the skeleton switch did happen in the one case, but there are more cases where it's keeping the skeleton on the faction that it belongs to than not. I just
Hey.
want to make him feel better. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything. I just want Ben to feel better.
Hey, John, I just want you to know that we've been getting some really nice things on iTunes.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, like I can listen to these guys talk about anything. Keep it up.
Good.
One of my favorite WoW podcasts. John is a very funny guy. Ben always with the quick wit. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Hi guys, I started listening to your show during the dog days of WAD and really enjoyed the format. I love how you bring on guests from other podcasts and focus on a topic or two and then just have a blast talking. It is a nice change for how most shows focus around news. Thanks, guys.
Hey, that's how we felt when we changed the format.
Oh, here we go. Ben and John's bromance keep me coming back week after week. The chemistry between these two is amazing. They keep World of Warcraft interesting even when I'm taking a break from the game. Ever considered doing a general gaming podcast?
No, we haven't, but we
just, well, see, the thing is, we'll just talk about it here anyway.
yeah, if there's something we really want to talk about, we'll talk about it here.
See,
but I'm glad that there's finally one that was just like Ben and John's bromance.
Yeah. So the conversation between Ben and John and guests most often, though not this particular episode, sounds like people hanging in a geek cafe somewhere, and I want that to exist now. Great chat about the new allied races.
Though not in this particular episode. I like it. It's like, this one's a real letdown, but I'm going to go ahead and give them a review based on their history instead.
Oh, this is a good one here. Ben and John are a really great team and can talk about news as easily as general Blizzard topics, weird fast foods, movies, whatever comes up, and it's fun. Plus, they have a pool of friends that are fun, and the best way to end a Friday is at the round table.
Or a Thursday.
Yeah. Okay, the last one. We love this podcast. The hosts are creative and keep things interesting even when the game is not. Ooh, I like that.
Oh.
It's fun how interactive the show is. They answer listener questions and involve the chat community whenever possible. It's also nice to have a WoW gaming show that the whole family can enjoy. See, that's why I edit swear words sometimes. Keep things relatively clean. Okay, there we go. Relatively,
except when John wants to mess with Ben.
Yeah, 2 thumbs way up from this gaming mom. Cool.
All right, I like it.
Yeah. I should totally hit them up to be on a RPO spoiler show. That could be fun.
Ready Player One. I don't know if I'm gonna see it, you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Like, my spoiler is I'm probably not gonna go see that movie.
I've read the book and I kind of want to see what they do with it, but I don't think it's the end all be all that a lot of people do.
I tried to read the book. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it happens.
So,
and that's okay, John, because everybody's allowed to have their own individual personal choices.
This is the internet, and everybody needs to like everything that everybody else likes, Ben. That's the way it works.
No.
You're either part of the crowd or you're part of the problem. Welcome to the internet.
So what am I?
I don't know.
I don't know. John, define me.
You're undefinable, Ben.
Thank you?
Yeah, you don't want to be definable.
Yeah, thank you.
Wicked Kitten wants to know if you like horror.
Generally, no. There are some definite exceptions to that rule.
I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Do you like horror?
If it's written by John, yes.
Thank you.
Well, and that's just not me like pandering either.
It was a little pandering, but it was fine.
It actually wasn't.
No,
there's I'm more into, like, if there is going to be horror, I'm more into like a movie or book versus a game. Like, the less actual interaction I have with it, the better. But even then, I'm a little baby.
I'm a little baby.
I'm a little baby man crying at the movie.
Hey everybody, I'm a baby. Okay, so
Okay, well, you can always get or ask.
yeah. Hey, also, let's not use up all the. We're doing a Q&A apparently in 2 weeks. Let's not use up all the questions.
Yeah, good point.
You all need to have questions ready. Start writing them down now. Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Which movie is that from?
Lion King.
Oh, right.
I like Disney movies, Wicked Kitten.
What? That wasn't a question for you. You just answered a question that wasn't asked.
Yeah, I know. I can do that if I want to.
That's creepy. You're creepy, Ben.
I'm not creepy. You're creepy.
This is not from Aladdin. You don't get to throw out fake information to the chat to.
No, you know that time that the
Confuse me.
genie's telling Aladdin to be prepared because magic's gonna happen?
Yeah. My favorite Aladdin song. Get prepared for magic.
Gotta get prepared. Here comes some magic. That's all, and it's gonna be great.
Yep, my favorite.
It's not written for a lot of syllables.
Favorite Aladdin song. Nailed
Yeah.
it.
All right. It's a good one.
All right. Why don't we call that a show? And
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my evening now.
Go to the grocery store and be responsible, John.
I'm not going to go to the grocery store. Like, I love going late at night, but it's also when weird people go.
But I wear a hockey pad.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, but the guy he ran into was.
Yeah.
Did we ever tell that story?
I think we did. We had to have.
Probably.
Uh,
Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Especially on a Thursday. We appreciate it.
Yep. I'm okay with it till tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be inconsolable.
Do you need me to like text you in the morning to make sure you wake up?
No, I will wake up, but I'll be like, the hell is going on right now?
Okay, I'll text you and be like, John, there's been a time shift. It's Friday.
No, we're in Arizona. We don't have to do that.
No, that works. I don't have kids either, but I love child-based movies, if that's what you want to really call it.
Because he's a baby.
Baby, I am scared of the horror. Oh, speaking of, I did get a chance to see Coco this week. Sarah and
Speaking of horror movies.
well, you know what? That does deal with the land of the dead, so there.
I don't think it's considered a horror movie by anybody, Ben.
Or if it's considered a horror movie or not. I'm talking about kids' movies. Oh, Kubo. Kubo's really good.
I really liked Kubo as well. That could be considered a horror movie.
Dude, look at those bitrate drops. Whoa.
Oh, sick bitrate drops, bruh.
Dude, maybe we should just go.
We should just go. I've been trying to just go for a while.
Bye, everybody.
Anyway, that's going to be the show. We thank you all for hanging out. I got to decide what I'm going to play as we go. We'll play...
As we talked about that poor name choice.
Pick a map in Heroes of the Storm, Ben.
Oh, your favorite, Garden of Terror.
All right, great. Ben picked it. We will see you all later. Have a good rest of your week and weekend. We're nearly there. We nearly did it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.